Wasn't there something about how saying people were calling people out for saying Happy Memorial Day, saying it was disrespectful, or calling it a long weekend or something like that?
People were saying what?
That it was disrespectful to kind of like write off the holiday as like Happy Holiday when it's supposed to be about people who died or something like that.
What the fuck does that mean? I mean, like, no offense, but like, isn't every holiday flipped at some point? Whatever motherfuckers want it to be about?
It's a good point.
Yeah.
Every single holiday that we've ever had has never started for what it started for.
Like Independence Day is fucked up too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Niggas died. You know what I'm saying?
People died for a lot of them, you know?
Yeah.
And this is we can still remember people who died and still be a celebration, right?
I think you're supposed to celebrate people who, like, I think that life in general, you're supposed to celebrate it at the end. Like I always say, when I die, I want motherfuckers to give me a roast. Let's focus on the good shit. Yeah. Like, why we gonna just all sit here and cry? If y'all want to cry, y'all can do that and shit. I appreciate it. Cool. Take them tears as a fact I did something right in life. But at the same time, I'm like, it's supposed to be a celebration. So like, I don't know. I don't know how people celebrate, but I think the idea of it is during those days is to the same way you will pull out some shit for one of the homies or anything else. Is saying, hey, let's cook, drink, and love on people who are here today as we remember the others who are gone.
See, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
But see, like, I remember being a kid, Memorial Day means barbecue to me.
For sure.
Every single holiday during the summer means barbecue.
And the start of summer. It's the start of summer.
Start of the summer, then you got Labor Day. It's like the start and the beginning. Both of them are barbecues, and in the middle, you got 4th of July, and now we got Juneteenth because I barbecue for all the Juneteenths too. So it's
as you should. You know what's funny is that Labor Day was how you marked when your ass was about to go back to school.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Mad as fuck. He's like, Labor Day here already?
Yeah,
shit.
how did this happen?
We about to have to go to school. Juneteenth. Yeah, like, should we, like, how do we come together as a, I guess this is not an article, but I guess it's a question. How do we come together as a people, as we continue to go forward, and black people, I've been celebrating Juneteenth for some years now, but at the same time, for a lot of black people who are now pivoting and saying, okay, I guess we're going to celebrate Juneteenth, is there ever a world where, okay, Americans, per se, come together and now we can celebrate a day? Because Independence Day is not the day.
No, it's not.
Something needs to be done. Something needs to be fixed or changed. But then we know, of course, the opposite side of the other end of the spectrum is white America being like, you're taking away our shit.
There's also the other side that eventually Juneteenth will be turned into a Memorial Day. So it's just like, happy Juneteenth, we're hanging out, we're having a, you know what I mean? Like,
what you mean?
Like because we always forget the meaning behind the holidays.
Yeah.
Like, could that happen for Juneteenth eventually as it gains popularity? Hallmark just takes it down. Yeah. I mean, not takes it down consciously, but kind of like Pride is kind of like that right now.
You think? Yeah.
Like, Pride belongs to the corporations in some of their minds. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, Juneteenth isn't a national holiday yet, so I guess we could get it there.
No.
I think they made it last year.
I think this last year was the first time it was a national holiday.
Yeah.
And school still ain't gonna be out. Ain't no white kids gonna be at home on Juneteenth.
It's the summer.
Oh, it is. That's how they get you. That's how they get you. That's how they get you.
No, but if you, there's another article this week that said like no kink stuff at Pride, or they were trying to say no leather daddies and like kink world at Pride.
Who
like,
said that?
Pride.
who said that?
You got to look it up.
Man,
we can go over it.
I don't honor or respect no Pride unless it's got leather everything and pink everything. Like, how you gonna let somebody come in your shit and tell you what you can't do?
There are a bunch of hilarious gay creators like commenting on it, being like, no kissing at Pride. Like, this is for the families.
They got rules now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Pride is just like, in a way, becoming like a corporate holiday, like all these other things. Which, like, so, I mean, I don't want to call that out. I'm not part of that community, but I feel a little bit like it turned a little bit from like Target being supportive to Target trying to sell.
I'm gonna disagree with you only slightly, because Pride is a full ass month, ain't it?
Yeah.
Pride is a full ass month. It's not even like a holiday. It's a holla month, motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's a full thing. So I don't know if once you start talking about months, it's got to get a little corporate at some point. Black History Month had to get corporate at some point. which is the most corporate shit
ever.
Juneteenth is just getting, it's really just getting its commercial feet wet. So I'm excited for things to come. I know what scares me is that a whole bunch of corporations definitely gonna try to attach to doing shit this year. At the same time, it's always like a give and take. It always makes it tough on you because you like, well, we want money throwing that stuff. We want the notoriety. We want the actual recognition that we deserve for different things. But at the same time, it gets tricky because it's like, well, how much do you want the others involved in something that is so dear to one culture? You know?
Yeah.
Here, I don't think Juneteenth is gonna get that type of. I think it's gonna get that type of commercialism, but it's still gonna be black as hell because of its origins.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it's the day that the slaves was freed, for real.
Yeah.
That's not no white shit.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, y'all could come to the barbecue, but y'all can't have your own.
That's kind of what I'm wondering.
You know, but if you did have your own, I'm not tripping. But just show up to somebody else's black barbecue, help them out, buy their groceries. You know what I mean?
The problem is though that they gonna be at the barbecue. They gonna be sponsoring the barbecues. It's gonna be their barbecue, fam. It's gonna be their. I hate to break it to you, nigga. It's gonna be their barbecue.
Like
now,
at the bar, like an Outback.
They not gonna be there.
Like at Outback, they got greens at Outback.
No, they not gonna be there. But when you gonna look up, you gonna look around. You gonna look around and see sponsored by this, powered by this, done by this. And I'm not saying that we don't want that money to actually run our shit. But at the same time, it's like, how does it make one feel? Is the question. Like, I mean, I don't really have the answer either. It's not like, it's a kind of a rhetorical. At the same time, I know for me, it'll kind of bother me a little bit to be like, damn. Because we were all quarantined last year, so Juneteenth got its highlight, spotlight moment of like, nigga, ain't nothing for y'all to do but learn about new holidays while you at home. So here's Juneteenth now. So white people were like, didn't know about Juneteenth. He was like, but y'all knew y'all had slaves.
Hey, you know that it ended at some point, right? you think niggas didn't celebrate?
at some point we had to rejoice, nigga.
We got off work.
This happened a little bit. I'm working on a short film, and somebody wanted to throw a fundraiser for it, and she was like, the weekend that works is June 17th, and I was like, well, that is Juneteenth weekend. Like, is it weird to be throwing a fundraiser? Like, is that going, like, to be throwing a different event on Juneteenth that isn't Juneteenth focused?
Yeah, this year.
Is it going to be like social media is like, happy Juneteenth, happy Juneteenth.
Be real.
Hey, we're doing a sale in order to raise money for our film.
That's real MAGA.
Yeah,
that's
real MAGA.
That's real MAGA.
I said, like, she was like, oh, but the other weekends don't work. I was like, but just thinking about how social media works.
She gotta take that L
It's
that weekend.
gonna look.
She can't do that.
You got to do it the next day or something.
Yeah,
Do it June 18th.
Yeah, no, the 20th. Everything leading up to Juneteenth is still a holiday.
It's like Christmas, where like once it hits, it's over and on to the next one.
No, I'm definitely, because last year was, I mean, in the city I grew up in, like right outside of Detroit, there was always a Juneteenth celebration, like at church or summer school or whatever. It's only, like you said, till last year when we all at home and kind of sensitive to the subject.
Yeah.
And now it's like, you know what I'm saying? You know what the origins of this is? The same shit we going through right now, so we about to celebrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it kind of takes a little bit of power away from the 4th of July, just because that holiday has so many dark undertones.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like the fireworks though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna still let them bitches fly. I'm gonna just.
Well, 4th of July last year was like the most complicated 4th of July of all time. Because everyone had
to try to kill niggas.
Everyone had to reckon with what that meant, that America
still haven't figured it out
became a country.
Oh, you mean that? I thought you just meant all the
I thought you were talking about
fireworks for fucking 2 months straight, nigga.
Oh no, them fireworks was
Fuck that
triggering,
shit.
bro.
Nigga, you was like, what is about to happen, fam? They
them bitches had so much bass in it. I'm like, where the fuck you get them from, bro?
Yeah, like exact, and there was so many of them where you was like,
and
how all y'all know about this?
Yeah,
and out of, and you ain't see no spark or no light, just big dumbass boom,
boom.
Yeah, it sounds just like this.
City.
Boom, just what?
The city's being bombed and everyone's locked down.
Or if you ever been in the gun range and didn't have your headphones on,
Yeah.
and when you first walk in there and somebody got a gauge or some shit, make your chest jump outside your body. What kind of wine is this, my man?
It's Whispering Angel,
This is nice.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to Wine and
You want a
Weed.
glass of wine?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can you give Courtney a glass of wine?
Sure.
guys.
Just think about Memorial Day, and like, I don't know why you ain't got no wine over there.
Now when you sit in it, it's like the concept is just perfect because I'm about to smoke a joint. I got a glass of wine. I really don't want to do shit unless I got them two things anyway.
Hey man, it's easy.
So we might have figured it out.
There we go. Now the whole team is proper. I got the joints about to be there in 2 seconds. My bad, y'all. I just have to get enough for everybody.
No, we're at the beginning of the show. The whole point of the show is that we start sober and then crossfade.
I know.
So
I just feel like it's Memorial Day. I feel like y'all was gonna yell at me.
start in the middle.
Now we prepared, man. Before this, I got the wings prepped. I
Yeah,
feel
that's what
I
I'm
feel ahead of the
saying.
curve, man.
What's your history with barbecue as a chef? Because you're like really, really good at cooking barbecue from what
Yeah.
I hear.
It's definitely like family. You know what I mean? It's like how I was raised, how I told you every single thing that's a holiday was a barbecue in my family. Like, and we were really tight knit with those things. So whether it be at my uncle's house or be at my aunt's house, and we always knew who was making what. But my uncle always handled barbecuing, and it was something about me kind of always wanted to hang around him, even though he was grown as hell. He cussed a lot. Like, it was the cool shit I wanted to be around. The music he was listening to was the shit I was, you know what I mean? Like, damn, what's that? It was something about, like, just watching him feed the family. You know what I mean? So, you know, the smell of it, like, the conversation that be happening, the soundtrack, you know, believe it or not, that's the stuff that molded me musically. Like, the stuff I listen to, the shit I resonate with, the shit I try to like make, and how the energy in comes from them scenes where whether we be at a park at my dad's softball game and you're hearing stuff from the radio or you're hearing stuff from the car, and that just all hit me in like a trifecta. And then about 2013, my uncle passed away in a car accident.
Oh, shit.
So I think what really took it off for me is like I always barbecued for my homie since high school. What made me take on the whole shit and like every friend group, every single thing, it's always like, Chuck, you want to barbecue? And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, just grab the groceries. I'll do that shit. It's like I get this moment to hang out with him,
Yeah.
like on some spiritual shit.
Wow.
Dope as fuck.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
the love for it keeps growing. And, you know, he had certain recipes, right? He never changed them. Me, I like for every spot I go to, I'll do something different. Or I'll take the base of what he did and I will switch it up. Like when he made ribs, his number one rule was it wasn't even no sauce in his house and you ain't never need it. He didn't believe in covering up your barbecue with sauce. It was no sauce. No sauce on the chicken, no sauce on the ribs. That was his thing.
So how does he marinate it? Or what is it like salt, pepper? Is it spices?
It's just
Are
like,
you all in his business, man?
Oh, I don't know.
He ain't trying to give you the full
if,
recipe.
If I can be totally honest,
so
I
no,
just
the craziest
started
part,
grilling.
the craziest part was the recipe. Like, and it's funny because he was like, I'm gonna tell you this shit. He was like, don't tell a motherfucking soul unless I'm gone.
You want us to bleep this part right here when you say it?
Nah, because it's so simple. But what it really taught me is the ingredients don't matter. It's how you do it. So he only used lemon pepper and seasoned salt. And if he did ribs, he put them in the oven for a while. So they were already kind of cooked before he put them on the grill. So he only used the grill to char stuff. He never cooked anything on the grill. So that was like how I learned the simplicity is best. And a lot of times people be flavor hunting. They don't really be tasting the food that they eat. And I take it as an art form to fuck you up. Like, as soon as you bite this shit, I'm beating your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of the things that you putting together, like, damn, I ain't never tasted that before. Like, you know, I don't mind giving out secrets because I believe you couldn't do this shit like me if I told you. But I don't like people that hoard information. It's like you're not helping out nothing. So if I tell everybody how to do it, we all get better. You ain't gonna do shit like me. I ain't gonna do shit like you. You know what I'm saying? So I went to Paris and stayed in Paris at the homie's house for a little while. And they cook different, right? They don't use cinnamon as a dessert spice. They actually, like in the bolognese they make, when they're cooking the meat, they use cinnamon too. So I was like, took that back, did like a barbecue for her homegirl's birthday. And like after I'm done marinating the ribs, I only use like a special, like not special, like maybe 3 seasonings, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna use this acidic stuff that I got right here, and I'm gonna mix it with the cinnamon. I didn't tell nobody for almost 2 years. People was talking about them ribs like every time they see me, they was like, gee, I don't even. Like the homie was like, bro, I don't even fuck with pork, but I looked at that shit like I had to have it. Like, what the fuck did you do? And it just be little simple shit like that. It's like art. It's like if I put this paint with this paint, this shit might look different on here.
Yeah.
So I find like the mechanics of artwork in a lot of shit I do. So cooking became one because during the pandemic, for real, I was ready to just accept this shit. Like, all right, life, we ain't never going back to normal. Niggas never going on tour again. Like, I worked this hard to be this producer, like right at this tip or like apex of where my career is going. Was trying to do DJ sets and then cool kids perform at a festival, and then I was just like, nah, that shit is a dub. Or like DJing some crazy shit with like 3,000 people there. I'm like, nah, that shit is a dub. All right, which way can I perform for people and get the same type of reaction I would do when I do a show? So if I get to catering somebody's shit, like I'm going hard. Like every bite is gonna fuck you up. Cause I've been to too much shit where I'm like, man, y'all don't care enough. Like the one thing people love to do and are the happiest at is eating. Yeah. Like if you want to make a motherfucker happy, feed them. Some of my closest friendships or new friendships is because I don't even hang around motherfuckers I wouldn't feed. But if I feed you, we friends now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I think about that because I'm not the type of nigga that goes and makes people pay for groceries or like chip in on shit. Like it's for me. So some people collect jewelry. I go to the grocery store and feed niggas.
That's dope.
That's bomb.
You know what I'm saying? As financially, it's not. You know what I'm saying? I started a catering LLC so I could write some of this shit off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, that shit was burning a hole in my pocket. If you look at my expenses at the end of the year, I trick off in the grocery store, and mainly because when I was little.
What's your grocery store?
Man,
I'm a fancy.
I'm a fancy man. I don't do everything at one place. So I go to farmer's market for fruits, vegetables, onions, and shit. I go to Erewhon for like the extra shit, especially if I'm up. Like if a check hit, I'm going straight to Erewhon.
That's funny.
I remember when I was out here, like about 10 years ago, like just working, getting new shit. I was like, I walk into Erewhon, I'm like, yeah, nigga, one day I'm gonna come here and drop 1,100.
They looked at you like, okay, nigga, it's somebody in line behind you.
I'm gonna get all the vitamins. Dog, they got.
You're also gonna walk away with like
got
2 racks of ribs.
They got a Maluka honey in Erewhon for $89.
See, I got Manuka honey. I got Manuka honey here. Mm-hmm. I get like that too. I didn't
the fuck. What does it do? Is it gold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maluka honey costs more than Coke.
Yeah. See, the only reason I know about that is I was kicking it with one of my friends one time, and she was a singer, and she would always be like, "This is the honey I use to like repair my voice all the time." So I just was start getting it based off that. I hit that light after you done. But you know what? I haven't even been to Erewhon yet. Like, I'm not even that popping. Like, cause like I know niggas that drop that shit in a song. They'll stand on you. Erewhon. I'd be like, I'm cool with Ralph's, nigga. I don't know. I'm just because I like to cook here and there. I'm like my dad in the sense of my dad didn't cook a lot, but when he did cook, people would be like, oh, he could cook.
Right.
I don't want to cook. I don't want to drive. I don't want to do none of that shit. But if
you earned it.
Yeah, but if I do it, I'm like, okay, I want to make motherfuckers think like I'm legit or something. Even if, you know what I'm saying? So like I see your shit on Twitter all the time and be like, this nigga putting real plates together. Yeah. So when you even mentioned this shit, I was like, nigga, I would be honored. For you to come on this motherfucker and fuck with us, vibe out, cook, talk shit.
Look, because the first thing you like, there's something about me. If I go to a homie's house or he got a new crib, so I was at your last house, and then you was like, oh yeah, I got a new one when I seen you out. I was like, okay. anytime I go to the homies' houses, first thing I look at is like, do they got a grill? And then I'm just like, you might as well just let me get started, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I know you hungry. Like,
I know you hungry, nigga. I know you hungry, Phil.
nah, because it is. Because when I do think about it, that shit is a deep meditation for me. I cured whatever type of mental health issues. Everybody got them. Everybody got days where they like, man, what the fuck is this shit? Mm-hmm. So when we start acting like only certain people do and certain people don't, we full of shit. Like, there's days where everything could be going right. And it's just could be one thing and you in your car being like, nigga, like, what is life? I could have that. Shit could pop up. You know, I know I'm blessed. I know I'm happy to be here. Like, to be able to do what I dreamed of doing, like, for the past 15 years, and it still grow, and me pick up new hobbies, and that shit kind of works out too. Like, that taking that time to just cook for people, or them little small tasks you got to do when you prepping before you make the meal, like, that's just the type of discipline I think your human brain needs. Like,
and it kind of helps you be present as you're doing it.
You gotta be present
in a way where you don't think about anything else, and you're also doing something that your body needs, right? You're making yourself food.
Right.
Like, how much more, because like I struggle with anxiety sometimes. So like being able to be present and not be like, but I should be doing a bunch of other things. It's like, no, you should just be doing this because you're making yourself food so you can live, you know? And
do you have something like that? Like, hearing you say that, I feel like it's somewhat human nature as well. It should be. I feel like to tap into something that you feel as though everyone should have something that they feel as though they're doing nothing, but it is accomplishing something in the same breath. Like, for me, even though I know I never hoop a fucking day in the league or nothing, basketball is that for me. I can go and hoop and be like, I'm completely away from whatever issues, whatever problems. This is so relaxing. This is mental fucking health. This is mental. Me going to the gym, not just therapeutically, but mentally as well. Me hooping, I can like separate myself from like hella shit. I just didn't know if like you have, hearing him talk about cooking, I just want to know if you had something that you like, yo.
I mean, for me, being on stage and improvising with people all the time is a way to, I'm totally present in this right now, and I'm not thinking about all that other stuff. So for me, I've missed that a lot. Well, I missed that a lot during the pandemic because I can't fucking get on stage. So it's like, there's a lot. I mean, you try to fulfill that with writing, and like it's fun when you're in a riff with a partner or something. But I think doing a live show, cooking for me too, and also for. Like, I have moments where I identify with cooking for people. I've had a moment, my sister just had a baby, and like my parents are obviously come together, even though they're divorced, to see them first time kind of together. Everybody's in one place, you know, and there's so much anxiety. And I was like, and it was Thanksgiving, and I was like, let me cook for everybody. And that not only
really ruined and broke up the family. It was crazy.
And they never spoke again. No, but for me, that helped bring everybody together at the same, and took that stress off their plate. At the same time, it let me be present and have something to do. And you're doing so many things when you're cooking because you're helping people and you're helping yourself.
Yeah, it's that act of service, man.
Yeah.
Like, that fulfills me more than, you know, I'm not a selfish person. I never have been. I've always had enough to share with people, though. And if I don't, I'm not even there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's just you not being selfish.
Huh?
That's just you, again, it just reiterates that you're not a selfish person,
right.
Because even when you probably didn't have enough to share, you still see there's enough to share.
Right.
That's just who you are.
But like, even when people talk about like energy or people draining certain shit, like, I think the smartest thing you can do if you are a person that is selfless is just to make sure you're not there when you don't got it. So people don't see it on you or rush you for your shit, and you don't got to worry about, damn, that person didn't see I didn't have it today. Like, maybe I got a problem with them. Because I think a lot of people get confused about the communication between, you know, friends or associates when you might not have all in your cup. You know, you like, people are leeching off me or this or that. It's like, maybe they just are more talkative than you. You know what I'm saying? And just don't know when to go home. So they out and without. I've always practiced, like, I'm definitely the one that can tell you I got it, and I'm not the one that don't pick up the phone when I don't got it. I just be on the phone like, gee, I don't got it today. You know what I'm saying? So you know that honesty comes from me. So it's like, when cooking, I don't even have to worry about any of that. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't ever have to worry about the people that are around. Like, do I want them there? Am I being drained? Am I doing something I don't want to do? Like as soon as I come to, like when I got here and I seen all the groceries, like I get hyped. Like I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like let's go. Cause another thing I felt is, I did one of my first catering jobs. I was like, let me just do this shit. My managers had called me and asked me, cause me and Doja Cat got the same management. Okay. So they and I've known her for a while. So they was like, yo, would you be down to cook for 40 people tomorrow? Like niggas asked me like the night before. And I was like, shit, fuck it. Just send me the money. You know what I mean? I'll make it happen. One of the better like experiences I had like as a display of artwork. You know what I mean? Like I show up, people don't really know me. They don't know what the fuck I do. Like few people there know me. I showed up and people had the same eyes on me that they have on caterers when they show up to parties. Like, oh, I'm hungry now. Like when the food coming. Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't have no clue about the experience they about to have. But how I put that shit together and the flavors I hit them with and the size I hit them with. Like after it, that shit felt better than the DJ set. That shit felt better than when I did Coachella. It was just like, it was different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why like you see a lot of really good chefs. Like they walk out the kitchen to talk, obviously, but that response you get from feeding people is top notch, bro. Like
you know you've been somewhere before that had to call the nigga out the back. You've been like, yo, fam, tell him, no, is he still there? Bring him out here. Let the nigga, bring him out here. Yeah. You gotta tell people like, fam.
Right.
And and look, and every chef, I ain't never met a chef that came out and been like, all right, is that it, nigga? Thank you. Let me go back and do this. Every chef has walked out and been like, thank you so much. Because it's like, it's just another thing. Like, as you cook up a whole bunch of different stuff, music and food and everything else, I imagine when you're able to leave that with somebody, they remember, like, I know from music, you remember where the fuck you was at when you heard certain songs. You can remember the wind. You can remember the kind of car you was in and if the interior was ripped and blah, 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 blah.
Bro, so I was just thinking about that.
Nigga, so I imagine eating, not even imagine, I'm a person, what the fuck? So eating food for me is the same fucking thing. Sometimes there's certain taste that, like, if you went back again to a certain place and you ate some shit again and it did not hit the same thing, you might ask questions around and shit like, hey, y'all changed the chef? They changed the menu or the recipe? They fuck around and tell you like, yeah, we actually did. How'd you know? Because, nigga, I remember it. Motherfucker, when I was here and I ate that first bite, nigga, I never forget it. It's like you chasing that high. You're like, I can't get this shit again.
No, it's that connection between, like, it's when you think about even all the species on Earth, when is everybody at peace? Like the animals that got enough to eat, they don't even be fighting. They be actually interacting with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when a dog, you put your dog's food out, that nigga will run 50 miles per hour to come to that ball.
Oh, yes, he will.
Yeah, he will.
You ever, because I pay attention in restaurants, like one of the happier places, but it just don't be jumping, is you go to one of them buffets, you see like old couples and, you know, like church people leaving. You know what I'm saying? Like in those spots, it's like you can just see people eating and just like so relaxed. Now there's shit like Waffle House or other spots where motherfuckers get into it and get to throwing chairs and shit.
You said the food ain't right?
Huh?
You said the food ain't right? That's why niggas fighting?
I don't know, bro. Every time I hit Waffle House, I definitely feel like I hit the dough. Like I ain't ever finished my plate like, yeah, let me get up out of here.
Yeah.
I'm always like, nigga, I didn't have to do that. It's like a night taking drugs or some shit.
That is.
Where it's fun in real time. And when that shit wear off, you like, gee, I'm too grown to do this shit. So I definitely think it's the input. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I ain't ever seen, there ain't been no world star or anybody at a buffet getting to it. It's always like a steakhouse or some spot that's catered to one. You know what I'm saying?
I love blaming the fights on places on the food, but it's true.
But if you
Nobody fights at a buffet is hilarious.
Fights at buffets, bro.
Because it's all you can eat. Everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Because niggas is too full by the end. If you was mad, nigga, you too full. I got the itis.
You don't got to run out on the bill.
I was gonna beat
the
this
shit
nigga
got
ass.
paid before you sat down.
Oh, true.
You get what I'm saying?
Sure.
And you don't have to wait either. Waffle House, you be waiting forever.
You see how many different
hangry. You
Exactly.
hangry.
Yeah.
When
Nigga,
are
you
buffets
walk
coming
in,
back?
You walk into a buffet, nigga. They literally have a start line and a finish line.
But
you
you know-
just run full speed from there and do what the fuck you want to do.
I thought buffets was dead though, because COVID.
That's what I
COVID
am
was
thinking.
killing them.
What you saying? You bring
They're
them back?
back?
I don't think they back, bro.
They not.
I don't
back.
think they are.
Have
I
anybody been to Vegas? Have you been to Vegas
Buffets
recently?
feel risky. No, I did not go to.
Hey, buffets feel risky. They do, bro. That shit feel like a cruise ship.
think, yeah, that's the cruise
I might as well
ships.
get sick before I get on this motherfucker.
Nah, cause that's like me and one of my grandfather's sports. Like we always go out to shit, but like if it's a midday and they got specials at the buffet, we definitely run up in that. And like people are usually quiet, but everybody's so polite when they go up with their tray.
That's
Ain't nobody like cutting in front of people. Like I've noticed, like human patterns is, motherfuckers don't need anything and they're fed. There's nothing that can stop them from like having pure happiness.
Best buffet chain or buffet restaurant you remember that you like, you know what? That's the best buffet restaurant I fucked
okay.
with. You know what I'm saying? We gonna
Oh
take it.
fuck! Or should this be the last question on the podcast?
Well, I just felt like it was too organic.
Golden motherfucking Corral.
I've never been to Golden Corral.
Golden Corral, but they racist, but they good.
They no, Cracker Barrel is the only racism I accept.
No, Golden Barrel got some racist spots too in the South.
Golden Corral racist?
Yeah.
That's just it's definitely geographical.
Yes, for sure.
Cracker Barrel is like
Everywhere.
It's the culture.
Nice racism. good old culture racism in food.
Yeah, it's like you a grown ass man and somebody just calling you sweetie. Like the craziest thing I've noticed is you go into a Cracker Barrel and guess how many black people are there? A lot.
Inside or behind?
Black people go to Cracker Barrel.
We
bro.
do.
A lot.
We know it's racism, nigga. When you leaving out, they
I've only been to a couple Cracker Barrels, and they were in like Illinois.
Fam, they
And
have
it was
a
super
full-
white, and
They have a
it
full
was,
gift
it felt
shop for
weird.
racism. It's a full
I
gift
know.
shop
It
for
feels,
racism.
I've only been, as someone who's only been there twice.
Do
It
you
feels
want
weird.
this $7.99 lynch we got right here, nigga? You like, I don't want that. That feels-
That's how the whole fucking place feels to me.
for niggas only. This is a weird sign to be selling in here.
That gift shop, just the smell of it is so therapeutic. That shit just it's,
To who?
To
KKK
me.
members, nigga?
No, that shit smell like smell like Christmas. The gift shop
smell the hate in the
like
air.
yeah, it smell like no, it's subtle hate. It's passive aggressive racism. You know what I mean? It's never in your face.
It's like an old white man wearing a white suit. Like you're like, this isn't directly racist,
Colonel
but there's
Sanders.
something.
Y'all
here
ever
that's-
see Flying J's? You know what a Flying J is? It's like a truck stop when you do
I've
a road
heard
trip.
of them, but I've never been to one.
Flying J's always
That's where
got
glory holes is at for sure.
and they got these crazy ass restaurants that is just like they kind of got a salad buffet. It's only 2 people working there.
Okay.
They're like truck stops.
It's a gas station a little bit too?
Yeah. Nah, yeah, that's where you get your medium racism at.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like you get full on racism in there.
Nah, like, you know what? I ain't never really ever experienced full on racism with me and somebody else. I've experienced it like with a group. Like I'm in the group of niggas,
Yeah.
and then this white person said something crazy to the group of niggas. But I'm like one of them people like, he ain't said that shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But that's just a nigga that's like, yo, I don't want to have to beat nobody else.
Nah, 'cause-
so you stay into the space of I know a nigga ain't say shit to me. Because then if that person reiterates it or says it again, then you like, yo, y'all heard me. Y'all heard me tell myself I didn't want to whip this nigga ass.
Nah.
But I gotta do it now.
yeah, cause I'm big off respect and tone. Like your word usage, I'll let that shit slide. You know what I'm saying? Like you see somebody, I'm not the dude that trips on the white guy rapping a rap song and saying nigga like I'm not appalled.
Oh, I am.
I'm not out. I'm not shocked. Gee, like we.
No, I'm not shocked.
Yeah, I'm not shocked and appalled. I'm just.
appalled. I'm not shocked. I'm appalled.
Yeah, but it's like when you grow up around and you learn to like which fight you want to fight, bro. Because this shit can happen every single day. You walk out your house, you could get to scrapping over the same shit. You know what I'm saying? And I know when somebody sees me, they see me, but like know that I'll whoop your ass, and not think about it. Like know that shit.
But that's what I'm saying. Well, I want to ask you before we get into that.
Maybe
your answer.
Sizzler. Oh, I
Sizzler.
thought you were gonna ask me something else.
I've never been.
I
Sizzler.
thought you were gonna ask me about racism, and I was gonna answer with
Oh,
Sizzler.
no. I'm actually asking you your restaurant.
Okay, Sizzler has pure nostalgia to me. I
Is
don't
Sizzler a
think
buffet?
it's. I
I've
don't.
never
yes,
been. I
yes,
wanna go.
100%.
I've never been.
I've never been either.
Oh yeah, so I grew up going to Sizzler and going home in the backseat of a minivan with a stomach ache,
Don't sound that good, then.
like because I ate so much.
The greatest marketing for Sizzler was White Man Can't Jump. Because when I saw that for the first time, being somewhere where there wasn't a Sizzler.
What was even in there?
Nah, because
I know this movie very well. Don't remember a Sizzler.
he said we going to the Sizzler after because he was about to take the money.
Yeah, I don't.
You don't remember when they
It
shoot?
didn't win me over with that line. I wasn't like, nigga.
He said it 3 times.
Yeah.
You said we was going to Sizzler.
I've never been a Sizzler. It didn't hit for me as a kid. I'm just trying to think it didn't hit now. But no, nigga, I'm with you. I just
want to go.
Did Sizzler have a good slogan though?
Nah,
I
I don't think they had one.
Or was that shit just
I
a
feel
sizzle?
like they have a color.
Was that shit just a sizzle
Yeah.
steak?
If you grew up in Chicago, we never saw you on the Midwest. We never had no Sizzler
I was just
marketing
gonna say
promotion.
my buffet spot was either Ponderosa
Or remember that
Country
bread
buffet.
Remember that bread? Old Country was top
I was
notch.
gonna
Hey,
say that
y'all,
too.
I'm out here.
I only said Golden Corral because it's a little bit better. But Old
Yeah,
Country.
you sound rich,
Old
nigga.
Country.
Golden
Yeah.
anything. I didn't know golden anything.
Hey, Ponderosa was
used
it,
to
G.
hit, nigga. Ponderosa.
Remember that bread? Remember them rolls?
Fam.
Nigga.
First of all, you know how buffets is so good. I hate to continue to do this. We have not started this fucking show. Wait, but let me tell you. You know how
gotta edit
buffets is so
it together.
fucking good because it allows
We didn't start the
your
show?
family. No.
Is this going on the pocket?
No,
It will.
We just have an intro. All right. Because your family didn't have to argue about what y'all was going to eat
Because
for a
you could
night.
get
Because every
everything.
motherfucker had an option, nigga. If you wanted Chinese food, they had it. If you had a pizza, they had it in the same fucking place.
Yes.
We shouldn't trust it, but somehow we do. And it's good for everybody because you like, yo. And then you got the ice cream. Make your own ice cream, nigga.
They
Left you with
as
the
a kid.
responsibility to make your own ice cream.
Yeah.
You niggas
That
are
was-
lunatics.
You can hit that bitch with as many sprinkles as you
Oh,
want.
fam, make your own shit. Before Cold Stone, there was buffet.
It was like being in the movie
Dang,
Blank
you
Check
took
as
me
a kid.
back.
I got
You took
y'all.
me back. That was
Them
the
dirty
line.
ass trays they was feeding us.
Put it in that bowl, the little bowl.
Nigga.
Yeah.
Nigga.
Yeah.
And if you went to a decent buffet,
Hell yeah.
they had a couple arcade games out front.
Yes.
So then you was like,
Hey.
Mama,
The machine, but
this
in a
is-
quarter.
this is a full night or what?
Hey, you remember the OG Pizza Huts? The Pizza Hut ones?
Nigga.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. It
That
was
red
different.
cup, that Pepsi
That
hit
red
different
cup.
than that red cup.
Different. It was different.
Hey,
Welcome to Wine and Weed.
Yeah. Feels like a foodie edition.
I mean-
I got stoned. It is a foodie edition.
Hey,
I got
what-
stoned. I got to think about Pizza Hut, old cook up.
nigga.
That shit was woo. That was around the time the Ninja Turtles came out.
He's going back.
I'm Chris Reinacher, aka the Connoisseur, aka the Sizzler King. I don't know. Do I got a Sizzler? Sizzler is such a great word too. Sorry.
I didn't know it was a buffet.
I've never.
Oh yeah, it's Sizzler. There's a Z in
thought it
there.
was a-
Goes straight to L.
Yeah, I love
Anyway.
the logo.
AKA the Goop in Your Gap, AKA Mustache Maven, AKA La La La, AKA Speed Bump, AKA Saxophone Jones, and here with me as always.
I'm Sterling Steelo Brim, aka that dude, aka S of the B to invest of the breed, aka is that third leg, no, it's just me, aka concerned father, aka Black Mama, aka RP Black Mamba, aka Steesington, Stallington, your stylist. And last but not least, your Uncle Elroy. And with us again off camera, we have Miss Courtney.
Hi guys, AKA the voice, AKA off camera court, AKA the queen behind the scenes, AKA invisible court.
Oh
Ooh.
shit, the AKAs are getting deeper and deeper.
And you divorced
you
Bill
are-
Gates this week.
You
Yeah,
did
no,
divorce
I
Bill
did divorce Bill
Gates.
Gates.
Okay.
Oh,
No more
okay.
Bill Gates.
Because they got at you. They're like, oh, you ain't gonna marry a black man?
Did
No,
y'all?
they don't even know
I
you're
don't
black,
think
Courtney.
so.
You're off camera. Courtney's like, really? You are not even on camera. You assuming they had a black voice on Courtney. You don't get a
I
black
think I have a
voice.
black voice.
No, you don't. You got a voice.
Okay.
I'm saying, like, your voice could go for a lot of race.
Okay.
You don't think so?
The way
It's
I
a
hear
good
myself
poll
is
for the
different
audience.
way.
That's a
yeah.
good poll for the
Yeah, tell me
audience.
what y'all think.
Find
I
out how
am.
racist y'all really are. Nah, she got a good nigga voice. She's like, what the fuck? We can't write that either. That's not okay. Racism. And with us, we have a very special guest. If y'all didn't notice, we getting this little foodie episode kicked off. Super producer / one half of the cool kids. My dog, Mr. Chuck English.
Yeah, I'm Chuck English, aka put something on the grill.
I like that. That's a nice one.
That's a good one.
That's all I got.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
My guy, we've been an hour into this episode already, but somehow we just got here.
It's Memorial Day. It's a special day.
It is.
A special week. Next week it's your birthday.
It is
That's
my birthday
exciting.
next
It's your
week,
birthday
man.
show
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we have any? I feel like doing housekeeping. Do we have any reminders? Fucking subscribe to that channel. Give us a review on iTunes. And let's get into the fucking news of the
A
week.
nice fucking jump. No, I'm fucking with it, Chris.
Yeah, I was like,
Do you have any Memorial Day traditions?
no. I mean, other than the first day, it's the first day of summer. There's a barbecue
I
going
didn't know
on.
it was officially
I hit
first
the
day
beach
of summer.
a lot. I hit the beach because I grew up next to the beach. So
Okay.
Memorial Day is a big beach weekend, but then it's also fucking packed at the beach, and there's
Ain't
a
no food at
blanket
the
every
beach.
2 feet.
Ain't no food
There's
at the
some-
beach. Nah,
there's
you
some
can grill
grills
at
at the beach.
though.
Some
We used to grill at the beach.
Yeah, but you
at
gotta
the fake
plan
ass Chicago
ahead.
beach, but it was still the beach. Niggas used to fake grill at the beach.
That's a
Never
good
got-
beach. That's like I don't like lake beaches, and I feel like Chicago has a nice feeling lake beach.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
We appreciate
Still no
that.
waves, but you ever hear people who tell you they used to surf in lakes?
What?
Some people are like, I grew up surfing in a
Well, like
lake.
on a boat, like water, like
I could see that.
Yeah.
I've heard people say that.
got
No,
more
some
wine?
big lakes have waves.
I didn't know anybody that surfed. Surfing was a fake thing to me, man. Until I moved to California, I was like, I know I see it on TV, but I ain't never met a nigga.
I'm about to get into it.
As you should.
That's one thing I will like. I have a goal for myself to just at least stand up on that motherfucker and ride like a couple. And then
As
from
you
there,
should.
I know I'm gonna do it more, but like I'm gonna work towards that because
That's another great presence of mind thing. Surfing,
yeah.
sitting there waiting for that wave is just like
Even
so. You're
Even
just
when I
there
got a
doing that.
bodyboard or like I go to the beach and catch the waves, if
Yeah.
you catch a good one, it's nothing like that shit,
Hell
man.
yeah.
So you be out here catching real waves. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I love black people, man. We come in all different types of black and shit.
Yeah.
Nigga out here catching waves, first of all. Let's start with that. But like you motherfuckers really you still are different, but you niggas like really was putting shit on to me that felt so authentically you. In every aspect of when you guys came out, when the Cool Kids came out, that if nothing else, it just feels like right and real for you to be like, yeah, I be catching waves and shit. Just because, like, I know, growing up in the crib, you grew up in Detroit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, you grew up in Detroit. Growing up in Detroit, growing up in the crib, it's such the pressures on, like, niggas like y'all and Lupe, there's such the pressures on niggas to do what the city tell you to do.
Right.
Kind of sometimes, like where you're from, where your
Yeah,
environment tells you to do. That I always felt like y'all was just unapologetically y'all, and I thought that was the cool. Like that's why y'all was the cool kids,
Yeah.
cause you niggas was like just yeah.
I think a lot of that came from just the fear of being called out for inauthenticity. Like I remember like being in 5th grade and lying about something, right? I lied. I said I got something that everybody else had got. And then somebody said, bring your shit to school, right? I was like, all right. And I didn't know I was going to get called out. Yeah. I definitely didn't have that shit, and my mama was not about to buy it. So I was like, oh, yeah, I'm in a pickle. So I remember one of the homies came over to spend the night. Like on one of the spend the night, we playing video games. He like, hey, go get the thing that you said you got.
Nigga called you out.
And I kind of had to run that fade a little bit, you know what I mean? Like where I'm like, oh yeah, I don't never want to do this. So
Yeah.
being something that I'm not is a fear of mine.
Yeah.
Like waking up and not recognize my soul or what I actually want to do or what matters to me is scary as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Because unless you've been on the opposite side or like, been in a relationship in high school and lied and just, you know what I'm saying? That feeling of not really telling the truth is fucked up to me.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? That's dope as fuck to me, at least. That at an early age you got that. that feeling. Because I feel like as a little young motherfucker, I was definitely out here lying about shit because I ain't had shit. Like, or even if it wasn't even that we couldn't even necessarily afford shit. Like, we definitely didn't have no bread. But also, my parents wasn't doing the worst in life. I knew that much. I was like, okay, we live in the hood.
Right.
We this hood shit. But also, we ain't the poorest niggas on the block, I don't think.
Right.
I think we doing all right. So some of my friends that I felt like was definitely big lit, like one of my best friends, I remember this shit like it was yesterday. He lived in I went to school next door to the projects.
Right.
So I used to travel to go to the school next to the projects, and I would like go get my boy after school all the time. This motherfucker had every Dreamcast, everything. And I couldn't get it in my head of like, this nigga live in the projects, fam. Like, we not living in the projects. We living in the hood, but we not in the projects right now. And I don't have this shit. And I would like have in my head lie all the time about having those things and just wanting to fit in with what was going on. I didn't have no J's and nothing like that. Right. Like, I would tell niggas that all the time. Like, they'd be like, nigga, I had the mics, I had this. I'd be like, I didn't. Nigga, I didn't at all. I was Saucony'd up, weak as fuck. Yeah, I was Diodorus, nigga. I was wearing all type of shit, but getting fits off, though.
I got fits off.
I remember
one time we went to the Sports Authority, bro. My daddy bought my little brother some Jordans because he wore size like youth, right? The new patent leather joints from
12s.
And this is in 95, the first time them bitches came out.
Yeah.
My dad gonna be like, I ain't spending $125 on those shit shoes.
Yeah.
So I got some Sean Kemp's.
It must be your dad real voice too.
Yeah, no, we sound exactly
it.
I spent $25 for some gym shoes. He went down the aisle. He like, what about Sean Kemp? Sean Kemp a good player. Why don't you want to wear his shoes?
Real shit though. He is a good player.
My parents was definitely, we was from Detroit, so it was fuck Michael Jordan.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like, my parents was like, they was proud to be black, so they didn't think Michael Jordan did enough. So they was really trying to keep me out.
This was
the
my
fresh.
Dad. This is crazy.
Yeah, G, like
my dad used that too. That's bullshit.
It was bullshit, man, bro.
It's bullshit.
That was bullshit.
They just didn't want to buy you J's. It was too expensive.
Came up with a whole narrative.
My dad made me a Knicks fan, nigga, as a kid. I lived at the crib, nigga. I lived in Chicago. I'm from the West Side. I'm from Chicago. I grew up during the Jordan days where Jordan was
from the West Side.
That nigga. Like, United Center
where
was
everybody was Bulls fans.
Fam,
too.
every single person you talking to in school.
But everybody in the nation was Bulls fans in a way,
period.
too. Yeah.
Michael Jordan was it, right? So my dad he framed it that way, but a little different. His framing was the Bulls are a white organization that don't be selecting the right picks of these black players and different people. We don't support the Bulls like that. They be on bullshit. They'll sign this person this contract and they won't give this person money, which was true. Michael Jordan didn't make any money until his fucking last season with the Bulls.
And Scottie Pippen made nothing.
Yeah, nothing. And they was paying other players bread for sure. So 1,000%, my dad had some kind of real argument, but at the same time, I didn't get to appreciate greatness and winning and shit, all because my dad. So I was a fucking Knicks fan because of that shit. So I didn't have Jordans for those reasons too, because my dad had brainwashed me into we don't root for them. Yeah. We root. So you gonna rock these ones right here. John Stark's got a new shoe coming out. He do?
Hey,
he do? With who, nigga?
Hey, it was almost like, you know how in retrospects Ewing's is fresh, right? Like Ice Cube was rapping about Ewing's. But like a nigga with some Jordans versus a nigga with some Ewings is a different fight. Like Jordans was so important in school, bro. Like nobody with a pair on got in a fight. Like, then nobody with on. If you was white in my school and you had Jordans, you slid through middle school. Like you didn't really have to deal with shit. Like if you had Vans on, you fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
if
sure.
you had, I remember in 8th grade, that was when the phone posits came out for the first time. You still fighting. Pennies, you still fight. Up tempos. When them Scottie Pippen joints with the AIR on the side came out, like I was in a portal, not a portal. I was like that 95 to 98 era in middle school where all of them classic gym shoes dropped.
Yep.
My mama wouldn't get me
Nike everything.
Yeah, I couldn't get no Nikes. My mother put after the Jordan boycott, my mama decided that because Nike got sweatshops. So we not even wearing Nikes no more.
I'm not mad at the stances. I just want to know if they're actually from the right place. Or if it was just to straighten us out as kids and be like, yo, we gonna boycott all this expensive shit, but we not gonna tell these little niggas that's the reason. We gonna make them think it's for all the fucked up reasons in the world.
This is my mom with Lunchables. She was like,
Really? Hey, for real?
she was like, too much packaging. It's ruining the environment.
Oh, wow.
I'm
Oh,
like,
California, real California.
I'm
your
like,
ass.
but everyone has Lunchables and they're good.
And if everyone jumps off
but
a
I
bridge,
didn't
are
have
you gonna do it?
Lunchables.
Damn.
I mean, if
Is there a Lunchable at
you
the
can make
bottom?
your own pizza.
All right,
Yeah.
let's get to the articles. We
Let's
fucking
do it.
all over
Let's
the
do it.
place. This has been fun. It's been fun.
American Airlines extends suspension over alcohol services following Southwest flight attendant assault. American Airlines has joined Southwest Airlines in suspending alcohol services on flights, the airline said Saturday. The decision follows a recent assault of a Southwest flight attendant that resulted in a serious injury. Flight attendants are on the front lines every day, not only ensuring our customers' safety, but are also calming fears, answering questions, and enforcing policies like federal required face masks. The managing director of the flight service at American said, over the past week, we've seen some of these stressors create deeply disturbing situations on the aircraft. Let me be clear, American Airlines will not tolerate assault or mistreatment of our crews.
Got it. You know what? I can make this a bigger thing, so we can just get like a couple articles in one. With this being the case, and then also with the NBA now allowing fans back into the stadiums and the arenas, and players constantly either being assaulted or people just showing they can't control
Because
themselves.
someone threw a water bottle,
Someone
right?
spit on Trae Young. Someone threw a water bottle at Russell Westbrook. Kyrie Irving.
yeah.
Someone threw popcorn on Russell.
Yeah.
Someone like it's been kind of constant, and it's been in the more white cities. If I'm gonna be real with you, it was Boston.
Boston was
Yeah.
the water bottle.
Boston was water bottle, and then Trae Young was New York.
I think that was.
That was y'all.
Uh-uh.
Okay, New York be spitting on people for sure. That's y'all swag.
Ooh, I'm not going to play
Y'all get out with
that.
y'all get out with real
I
disgusting
rebuke
shit
that.
sometimes.
The Irish throw a water bottle and the New Yorker spits on someone. That feels right.
That water bottle had pee in it though.
Did it?
No, I'm
Which
joking.
is way
I'm
more on
joking.
brand.
Just want to make him feel like the Irish were back down underneath. No, but like with this being the case with both with basketball and with
Airlines.
the airlines, is this just is this just what we should expect from people being back outside again, or is this more of an American thing as well? Like we are so as we dive into this, I was talking to somebody recently who lives in Switzerland, and like you know the health organization is in Switzerland. She was just saying like we haven't been necessarily approved for any vaccines yet. Like, and then she also was saying that, hey, you know, in China, they're not taking vaccines yet. Like, the Americans are the only people taking the leap and doing the vaccine. You guys are the only ones approving your companies and different things.
Well,
And
there's a lot of countries, but,
I know,
but some
I'm
don't.
just saying
Yeah,
some of these
don't
bigger
have any
ones.
access
these bigger,
either.
no, Switzerland and China have access for sure. They're just choosing to wait because they're trying to go through the actual proper steps of the time period for a vaccine.
I think there's a few different issues
Because
depending
ours
on
got
the
approved
countries.
for emergency use.
Emergency use, and we're American.
And we're like, now.
And we're American. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
be real here. We're American. We want what the fuck we want. We want it now. This is my money and I want it now. That's our attitude about everything. So it's like, with this being the case, it's just interesting to see that we've allowed, you know, all these things kind of running again for fans to be back in these arenas and different things be happening. Should we just expect people to kind of act like this? Is this just going to be not the normal? Is this like a grace period we need? Of
like a growing
nigga, I'm
pain?
back outside. My dick is out.
I feel like we got off punishment a little bit too early. We forced our hand. I don't think the people that are outside right now are the cautious ones. I think they were the ones that was pent up during quarantine, the ones that was going crazy in the grocery store. Like, when you see people out, you don't see the same type of manners and behavior and respect that you might have seen 2 years ago. I notice it because I'm in the grocery store a lot. I go to a lot of different places where people interact, like farmers markets or like Grand Central Market or, you know, even a Guitar Center. You know what I mean? Like, it's certain situations where people, I think that they're still irritated and they don't know what they're they don't know what they're addressing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like there's been a lot of road ragey things happening as of recent.
Yeah, but everybody's pent up.
Yeah, everybody.
It's like a pressure cooker.
Yeah, and people are really quick to react. So it doesn't have, like, it didn't create, the pandemic didn't give people patience.
You know
So
what?
so to throw people back out there and, you know, somebody gets drunk, you know, they ain't been outside in a minute. Like, and then there's all of this. We've been on the internet and also been the peanut gallery for shit for a whole year. Mm-hmm. So it's like our respect towards athletes, actors, celebrities in general is completely over with. So it's like they don't have that mystique. You know, they watching the NBA, but because they know too much about the players.
I get what you mean. That's why they feel fine with throwing the water bottle.
Fuck you, Russell.
Yeah, because they like,
I follow you on Twitter.
They's like, I know you now.
So we're friends.
Yeah.
But not really friends because I hate you.
They're like, we know you, so we're going to talk to you like we know you because we see your life. Social media gives people an opportunity to see and peek into the lives of people, shit that they might have given a lot more credit or been more of a fan of. But, you know, if you know what somebody thinks and says all the time, you're like, I'm just like them. Fuck them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think those are all really good.
Yeah.
Those are all really good examples. I'd even add on that also everyone's kind of a little faceless because they're all wearing masks. And especially at the grocery store and shit, people are like ruder to people or whatever because like it's just like a drone. It's like a droid in your way that you're like, go, you know, and maybe it's easier for people who have pent up aggression to treat like flight attendants like shit.
Right.
Because they don't even have a face to you. They're not real. They're like this masked person.
Well, I have a question.
So it's like all these different realities combined is the ultimate like.
My question is that, and I'll say at least in the basketball stands or in the stadiums, is they have vaccinated areas. Like most of the people who are there are vaccinated.
You have to be vaccinated or tested.
Yeah, or test. Yeah, so like I don't know if all of them have on masks during the game. Do they? I'm asking. I don't know. I don't know if
I was thinking about the airlines during that point.
Got it. My bad. I was gonna say because those individuals
and grocery stores
don't have. Okay, yeah, both of those are actual good examples. I was locked in, I guess, on the basketball.
The fame point of basketball is a really good point. That like you talked about them as if they're somebody who like goes to your high school,
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you could, but they're
Like, for example, right? I remember being a kid and the San Francisco 49ers are playing the Lions. And I used to think Steve Young was like a mega superstar. Jerry Rice, Steve Young. I'm like, damn, they're in Detroit. And I used to feel this kind of magic of, like, this person's, like, within 10 miles of me, right? I don't think any kid has that anymore. Or, like,
No.
even separates the humanity from the talent. Like, they're just like, no, this is what you do. I could do that too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the way people see rappers, like, everybody can rap now. There was a point in time where rapping was hard. You know what I mean? Like, we were evolving. So it's like certain skills everybody can do. It's like when I was in high school, white dudes wasn't jumping, putting the ball between their leg and 360 dunking.
That shit fake, fam. When you see it on the internet, that ain't real, man. It can't be. White people can do that for real?
CGI.
It's gotta be fake, nigga. No. Nah. I'm with you, nigga. I look up all the time and say people are just evolving, and that's fine with me. I can't wait to be the old dude who just like, yeah, shit don't make sense, but I'm cool with that. I always say that, like as like my dad and them would get into discussions with me about stuff. I'd be like, it's just natural for each generation to hate on the next. Why? You know, I'll tell you why. It's because that generation before them fought for something that this generation gets to benefit from.
Right.
So it's natural hate there. Like, nigga, you don't even appreciate.
Yeah.
What the fuck you motherfucker?
Them not bars, nigga.
Nigga,
them not lyrics.
Nigga was really going. When I was a producer, nigga, I had to play 7 instruments. It's like, I'm sorry, nigga. Niggas learn how to work a fucking computer now, and they do shit. Not saying that this person is more talented than the next. Just saying that like things change, and you have to be okay with that.
No, it's like our generation now. We looking at kids like y'all didn't even watch Jordan. Y'all be in conversations talking about who's the greatest basketball player, but you was born in 1999.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I sound like my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I try not to.
I don't. But the conversation at the barbershop, anytime
For sure.
I'm too much of a fundamentalist and real
A
basketball
realist.
watcher that I don't get caught up in the conversations of, hot topics or trigger words.
Nah.
Like, those things are incomparable. Like if LeBron was on the '97 Bulls, nigga, he wasn't. There's nothing we could ever do
to
bring
figure
that.
it out. Oh, unless you want to run the fade on 2K, nigga. And still then, that's based on your skills.
No, but it's like, and then you get people talking about, oh, well, in this generation, they was tougher or this. And it's like, that's not accurate either. You know what I'm saying? There's way different rules and ways people are scoring. Niggas are scoring 125, 130 points a game. They're not doing that because they don't want to go to the lane and get their ass whooped. Like, people worked on their shot. So if I could stand from half court and Dame Lillard,
Steph Curry changed basketball.
Yeah, because it's scoring and winning is
I
how to
changed the full game of basketball. Before, I mean, when you look at influential, and I hate to get into this too much, but when you get to influential players or people or who play the game, I always say Allen Iverson, Michael Jordan, Steph Curry, and then I say Magic and Larry as one are probably the people who changed basketball the most in the sense of, hey, the NBA is going to mold based around you. Right. And that was Larry and Magic came together and was like black and white together.
Yeah. And they got a shoe.
Oh, it's a magic show.
And they got a shoe. And they both had shoes.
Yeah, shoes together, and you made them feel like, okay, there's a market here in two major cities, Boston and Los Angeles. So that was like cool. They changed the NBA. It made it a fucking primetime Showtime. Showtime was a real thing. It became money. They became money. Then from there, you look at Michael Jordan. He became the evolution of what basketball could be. You said, man, this motherfucker is by far the best player we've ever seen in life, right? Wilt Chamberlain also was influential as well. I'm sorry I left him out. But Michael Jordan, right? You're like, okay, this is what the game can be. If I was to be a realist today, you might hate me for this. Everybody that fucking watches this, you might hate me for this. I'm a real basketball enthusiast and fan, and I'm okay with saying this. Fuck all of y'all.
What you about to say?
If we would look at like skill set in the game, and if you were to put Zach LaVine in the same NBA as Michael Jordan, we might be looking at Zach LaVine's shoes, nigga. Because I'm talking about athleticism, mid-range game, post game, different skill set.
That was a hot take, but it was accurate as fuck.
Yeah,
that was accurate.
And three-pointers. I'm not saying that he had more dog than Mike. I ain't saying he was a motherfucker that's going to get it done like Mike. I'm saying that we're talking about a skill set basketball. He is a dog, though. Don't get it twisted. He is a really good player. I'm saying that if you had Zach LaVine and you had the people, Michael Jordan had really only one other shooting guard he was really competing with. And that was Clyde Drexler.
Was.
Yeah, really only one other motherfucker.
Everybody
if you look
points.
in the game now, it could be anybody has a chance.
Yeah.
Man, we watch motherfuckers, they can, man.
Right now, during these playoffs.
I hate to do that to you, Chris. I know you don't really fuck with the whole basketball shit.
You don't fuck with basketball?
He like FIFA.
I don't hate basketball. I just don't follow it as much as I used to when I was a kid. So I still get all the references and the game in general, but I don't follow it right now. You know what I mean?
Chris's last favorite player was Steve Kerr, and now he didn't even know Steve Kerr coaches now. He coaches now.
Yeah, I know he coaches.
I'm joking.
No, it's crazy that Steve Kerr and Steve Nash are coaches.
Steve Nash is a full ass coach now. And his team is about to go to the second round of the playoffs. Also, next article.
Who needs a summer body when floaty pants exist?
Floaty pants?
Yes.
Have y'all been in the pool yet or in the ocean with floaty pants?
No. So floaty pants is a life jacket, but for your bottom. Stay safe, but in style. Floaty pants come in 7 different styles, but the sexy thong is definitely a favorite.
So you can have a thong and just be floating?
Yeah.
Nigga, you just float like your upper half just floats. Look, this is how floaty
It's
pants
really
is.
just wearing a life jacket upside down.
Yes,
essentially.
And people have done that for many years.
You know what this sounds like? This sounds like one of those ideas that somebody had and was just like, you know what, motherfucker? I got the bank. I'm about to hit the lottery. And it was like 1994, and he's like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do floaty pants.
And he went bankrupt.
He went bankrupt 3 times.
Yeah, his wife left him.
He might not even be alive right now, and somebody else just took it.
He doesn't see the kids. Yeah, he might have killed himself over all the debt that he fucking had investing in floaty pants. But here we are today reading an article fucking and we're like, we gotta
There's a lot
get
of
him.
people pissed the fuck off.
Gotta get him.
But wait, question. If you're floating at your bottom, then are you just laid back like this? Because what happens to your top?
No, your top kind of floats up.
Yeah, you kind of get a little
kinda
recliner action.
balance.
Yeah,
I'm
and
not gonna lie.
and especially ones they got like chairs. Those are really nice.
Yeah.
I need them shits.
Why is the American flag on that?
Yeah, there's a weird.
Is that a
There's
MAGA?
a weird Blue Lives Matter vibe about it. Because it's all.
You know what? They defunded the police, and now this nigga then pivoted to floaty pants.
Floaty pants.
The police, he lost his job. Now nigga making floaty pants in his basement.
it's all black and there's American flag,
Yeah, where'd
which
that
gives,
come from,
gives
man?
weird vibes.
So you just essentially lean back in it like that.
Lean back. They should do a collab with Fat Joe. Floaty pants. Floaty pants. Floaty pants. Yeah, let's go, Fat Joe.
2 installments of $29.95. You can have Fat Joe's floaty pants.
Hey, that actually is.
It really was a Shark Tank idea, though. I saw the Shark
Was it
Tank.
really?
Yeah. I remember seeing the Shark Tank, and I was like, these guys are just country guys who have been fucking floating with upside down life jackets for days. And
Probably
literally.
just put the life jackets on. They probably put it on.
You haven't
Yeah.
done it before?
No.
Oh, that is how this shit definitely fucking started.
You've done it before?
Yes.
How does that feel?
It feels amazing.
You float.
I'm
You
about to do
float.
it the next time.
And you just
I ain't been
sit
in a
there.
life jacket in a minute.
And you can hide your farts better underwater.
No,
the
I'm
bubble don't really come up all the way.
You trying to hide your water farts?
I don't really try to hide them.
I let that bitch come out my leg.
Yeah, you gotta pick where you.
You know how that
You gotta
bubble
pick where you
come,
release it.
that
yeah.
shit come right out the front of your leg.
Just go to the
Big
front.
bubble.
You like, and then you blame on somebody else. What was that? Was you?
That shit,
Shut your nasty ass out of here.
it's only if it ain't no jets or ain't nobody else in the pool that I gotta I don't gotta.
You can't smell no. You
it's-
can't smell no fire
It
bubble,
ain't the
right?
smell, it's the deflect. It's the sound deflection.
I'm saying, like, what if you was holding your breath on the water, or you just put your face in the water real quick and somebody like farted in the water? Do you think you'd be able to smell it in the water or no?
No,
No.
you can't
That's
use your
not how it
nostrils
works.
in the water.
Chill, fam. I use my nostrils in water. It does not go well. at all.
It's not a good
I come
look.
up and say, "Y'all didn't see me."
But also, I mean, but a fart little bubble can come up and pop in the air and ruin a party.
Popping
It
it.
could
Wait,
pop in
when
the
your
air?
farts
Like,
flew,
what?
motherfucker?
What I'm
Your
saying
farts
is,
fly out of
your
the
underwater
This
fart
nigga's
could
fart.
smell. Your underwater fart.
Mine is never.
Ever,
I've
Chris.
never-
I'm joking.
Never.
It's
Tell
gotta
us
be.
about your fart.
There's
Maybe-
gotta be a situation.
Maybe, look, if we gonna be honest, maybe the bathtub. Maybe if you let one go in the bathtub.
And then it goes,
but the
boom.
water level was low.
You're saying the chlorine kills it before it hits the top.
chlorine got that shit out the paint. And you standing in 3 feet of water. Like,
Yeah.
How does it come out and choose violence
But
like
in the
that?
bathtub, normally you just try to make sure your dick don't go above the water. You be like, hey, chill, nigga, get back under there. Hey, get back under there,
Hey,
fam.
it's really not the optics if that bitch is out the water at all.
You like, the water is too low. I'm out or something.
You gotta
I don't
start,
know.
turn that
Put
shit
more
back on.
water in this bitch. Or give me some more sun. Shit. Put them on my dick. I don't want my dick just out. I was trying to have a relaxing night. This nigga looking at me.
Yeah. I don't want to be seeing my shit in the bathtub either.
Nigga, do you don't like you ever lit candles for yourself and feel like a bad bitch? You be like, nigga, I deserve these candles.
No, I did it.
Yeah, as you should.
I did it.
No, I did it, nigga. Yeah. What they gonna say, nigga? I did
I
it.
definitely did it. I'm too grown to like not accept.
I once rented I once rented an Airbnb for a shoot, and there was a dope bathtub in there, and it was the end of the night, and I was like, I have this Airbnb, and I passed out, and I was like, I think I'm gonna take a bath before I left, and I just had a really nice, relaxing morning on the company I was working for.
They charge you extra for that ring you left around, motherfucker. You knew you was a dirty kid when you left a ring around the tub. Was you ever a dirty kid?
No.
Yeah, you ain't never lived in the hood for real.
Oh, you mean a ring around the
look,
inside of the
hey,
cup?
bro.
Yeah, a
Hey,
ring.
you bringing up some real shit right now. Right?
Yeah.
Do you remember coming in after a practice? Like you played baseball.
Yeah, I did.
You remember playing like baseball and then going somewhere else? And then
Nigga, I
like,
went to a wedding with my baseball shit on dirt all on my shit. Nigga.
hey, you ever come
Wild.
back? When I used to play, when I played football, I'd come back home and take a bath, and it wasn't until my parents changed the bathtub color to a green one. It used to be a white one. I believe so. Yeah, it was a white one. When you was a kid and you get out that bathtub, that water was fucking nasty.
Disgusting.
Yeah, disgusting.
Nasty.
Disgusting.
Like kids are just
Disgusting.
dirty.
Kids
bro.
are dirty. Kids do. And then look,
And I wasn't a dirty kid. I just played a lot.
I was gonna just say, cause you don't know you
yeah.
living. People be like, yeah, living in the hood was tough. You like, yeah, but we also don't focus on all the good shit. Cause
The
we
hood
have a
was
whole
beautiful,
bunch
bro.
of motherfucking fun in the hood, nigga.
Hella
And
fun.
Hella fun, nigga. Cause you make games up all day and everything's a game, and hella fun. But also you're a busybody. My mom don't even call you bad. She call you a busybody. She said that's a busybody ass kid because you doing everything to stay out the streets though. If you ain't trying to be a street nigga, so you just doing everything else. So then you come home and yeah, nigga, you dirty because I'm doing shit. I'm playing ding dong ditch. I'm riding my bike. I'm motherfucking throwing rocks at shit for no reason. We trying to holler at bitches over in a little suburb that ain't too far away. Like all kind of shit. So like, I mean, you know.
Nah, look, races in the street. Like people having the inflatable pools, all sorts of
Y'all was
games.
popping, nigga.
Yeah,
Niggas didn't even try to
remember
plug
five-
them play
hey,
the pool.
Hey, you remember 500?
500 what?
When you throw the ball up in the air and you call the number?
We play tips.
No, you talking about basketball? I'm talking about you throw a baseball. You throw a ball up in the air and you call a number, and whoever catches it and catches it enough, they go to 500.
I didn't play this game.
Ooh, I like that game. I've never played that game. It sounds fun.
I didn't play this game.
It was tight. It was good for baseball or football.
We
It's
played.
like a 3 flies up style game.
Yeah,
But-
it's like whoever catches it collects the points. So it's
You
like,
play four corners too.
yeah, I love four corners. Bro, I play that shit right now, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about Foursquare?
Four square. Yeah.
Foursquare, bro.
Yeah. With the
Ooh,
bat.
with the ball.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that and tips. We did all that shit.
Yeah,
Cause
tips.
you play tetherball in California. We didn't have that shit.
We didn't really
Remember
play
the first time I saw
tetherball.
tetherball.
We had palm. What is it when you palm the
Handball?
ball? Handball, yeah, we did that.
Handball.
You play handball
In New York,
You
yeah.
went to private schools and shit?
No,
Oh, you from
in,
New York?
I'm from New York. Yeah, handball. It's a
Handball.
big thing in New
Who
York.
play fucking handball
You
in
either
New
play
York?
basketball or
Action
handball.
Bronson play handball.
Yeah.
Everybody,
word?
uncle play. If you from New
Everybody
York,
play handball.
I played.
any nigga I know that's Puerto Rican and over 40, they play handball.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
Okay.
in California, Mexican people play handball. all the time.
Whoa, Chris, can you say that?
No, it's just a big part of the culture.
He just said Puerto Rican or whatever.
I was
That
like,
man
well,
ran
then it's
back and
cool.
said Mexican. I said, whoa, Chris, the fuck was that racism shit?
That's where I jumped off. I was like, if he said Puerto Rican, I can say Mexican.
Right now, my people be
But-
scared as a motherfucker. They like, oh, did I do something wrong?
But at our high school, there's a handball courts that's going all the time for sure, and there's a huge group around. It's like a huge social part.
Wait,
of
did
the
y'all
school.
used to break? We call them Johnny Pumps, but y'all used to break the fire hydrants.
Yep.
In the middle of summer?
Hell yeah. He ain't do that shit.
I always dreamed of that.
Nigga, that was
You
life.
guys had this
You
cool
put a
Hey
PVC,
Arnold
you
life.
put a PVC pipe over that shit
Yep.
and shoot that shit. Yeah,
Yeah, you could direct that
Damn.
motherfucker.
Hey, remember how hard?
The dirtiest nigga always put his back on that motherfucker. He just
remember-
hold his shit on him.
Remember hose water?
Yeah, drink that. That motherfucker
yeah.
delicious. Delicioso.
What is this?
Hose water, nigga. Drink from the water from the hose.
I think it said holes water.
Now you know we on hose give you water in the hood. It's like when the bitches pull up on you and give you some water.
Hose water.
Nah, you drink water from the hose. It's like it's the best thing you can. That's why
That's a classic
I'm gonna be real
taste.
with you. I'm gonna be a buck with you. I'm a dirty ass Westside Chicago nigga because I still in my head will drink tap water and people be like, you drink tap water? They be like, I'm from the hood, nigga. I grew up on tap water.
yeah.
There's a certain taste of tap water that I still appreciate.
crispiness.
If we gonna talk some nigga shit on this show today,
Hey,
Right?
remember the gym? Hey, Steelo, you remember playing basketball at like a city gym or some shit, and then running outside the gym and hitting that water fountain?
yes.
And know it like the one that the pressure wasn't too crazy.
Yeah, but it was cold.
Cold as
and
fuck.
you would made him up, and you would hold that motherfucking thumb slightly, and then put that bitch up, or you motherfucker put your hand out and you just, oh, nigga, I'm good. Hey man, you take it too long, fam. Nigga, get back, nigga.
Hey, you remember that? You remember that trick in school where you could put the paper in the water fountain thing, so when the next person come, the shit
Yeah,
shoot up?
but yeah, yeah, nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hood life was fun. People need to stop lying on it all the time.
No,
it
it was
was
great,
super
bro.
tough for sure for our parents.
It was for
but it also was
when we were kids.
when we was kids. You ever listen to music and be like, man, this was the good old days. It's not even that those were necessarily the good old days. It was that you didn't have responsibilities.
You didn't have none.
You hear the fucking records and they take you back to a time where you didn't owe nobody shit.
I ain't owe
You was
nothing.
like, oh, today was a good day, nigga. You like,
I remember when you woke. Remember when you
was a
woke up.
kid.
Remember when you woke up in the morning and you didn't really have real shit to do.
nothing to do. It was
Like,
Saturday,
not a
and your
damn
parents tried to
thing.
make you get up because they was mad at you because they had shit to do. They would wake you up and be like, hey, get up. It's 10 a.m. You like, yeah, motherfucker. I wake up at 6 for school every day. This is my off day. Leave me the fuck alone. And they'd be like, no, find some chores to do. Do some shit around. Man, what you mean fine, nigga?
My dad number one move was, I go pick up them weeds. Like,
Yes, nigga. And you don't even really know which one's weeds and which one's not.
hey, look, hey, go pick up them weeds out them rocks was the worst shit I could ever hear.
Same.
And then fall would hit, right? Hey, I'm gonna need you to rake the leaves. Like, how many do you see? How many of these motherfuckers is outside? Hey, look, the most
And they coming back.
triggering scene in the movie, right, is when in Boys in the Hood, when Trey get dropped off at his daddy's house, and his daddy asked him to rake the leaves.
Nigga had just got there.
I was watching the movie like, this is what everybody going through. Yeah, get out there and rake them leaves.
But it was.
I know.
Nigga, my dad. If the snow wasn't shoveled, nigga,
Ooh.
and my dad knew you was home, it was 3 boys and 1 girl. It was too many kids for shit not to be done.
Oh,
If
remember them speeches? Ooh.
Man, nigga.
Damn.
Mom, I always just tell motherfuckers this. This is how sick my mama was. Mama, if you watching this shit, the sickness used to be. Oh, I love you. She would, we all had dishes, right, on different nights. It's 4 kids. Ain't got no dishwasher. You are the dishwasher, nigga. So I'm going to give you all these different nights, and then y'all can collectively do it on this night. She would do it on like 1 night or 2 nights, whatever it was. So you started dishes when you 7. That's what it's like. It's your age to start doing dishes. If you didn't clean 1 dish correctly, if you missed 1 dish, she'll make you do them all over. And she'll wake the whole house up and make them wait for you to finish them. And what weird fucking bitch
Hey,
military house.
Hey, we got
Where
here the same
did
way.
you learn this?
We got here the same way because,
Fam,
man,
She
listen.
would wake the whole fucking house up and say, Sterling missed a spoon. Bitch, first of all, I'll kill you for doing this to me. Second of all, mama, it's 1 spoon.
Hey,
You could have just cleaned the spoon and not woke your son up that you know they got to go to school
Look.
and do all type of shit. Basketball practice in the morning. She ain't give a fuck, fam.
bro, do you know my mother put me on punishment at 17 years old before I went to wrestling camp, right? I took it serious, right? But I ain't been in trouble since I was like 10 years old. Man, I might get in punishment for some grade shit or like some school shit or like, but never because of just like pure discipline for something. You know what I'm saying? And I remember I got a girlfriend now. I'm in high school. I'm in my senior year. I'm about to go into my senior year. And I leave to go to University of Minnesota for wrestling camp.
Yeah.
So I'm going into my
That's
senior
nice.
right? So the night before, like obviously I want to hang out with my little girlfriend or whatever. My mom said, make sure your room is clean and make sure this section of the house is clean before I take you to the school tomorrow, before you leave, because I'm going to be gone for a week. So I do half of it, right? But you ever do one of them chores, but you get real sleepy, like, I'm going to just close my
I'm
eyes.
dumb sleepy, fam.
Hey, I'm going to just finish this shit in the morning.
Oh,
Nigga,
definitely.
I woke up in the morning and my
To
mama,
ass whoopings.
my mama had this passive aggressive ass kind of slight attitude, because usually if I'm gone for a week, my parents would love me a little bit more, like, we're gonna miss you. She wasn't on that. So when I get to the school, she hugs me. She was like, didn't I tell you to clean up the rest of your room? I'm about to get on the bus, right? This is mind fuck shit. Didn't I tell you to get all that stuff clean and put that away and clean your room? And I said, yeah. She said, it looks like you didn't do it. I was like, oh, the next thing I hear is gonna be terrible. She was like, so when you get back, it looks like you don't have a summer.
What?
Yes, bro.
A whole summer?
I couldn't talk on the
He
phone.
never came back.
I couldn't talk on
Mama, if you're watching this.
I couldn't talk on the phone. I couldn't have nobody over. Like, I had to sit and kick it with my girl on the porch after 3 weeks of being on punishment, because she was like, if you're not gonna do what I say, then you don't have privileges. My mother used to just take shit.
Oh, if there's something else.
Because
It
that's how.
It felt like she was gonna lose you.
Can I speak to you really quick?
No,
She was always like that.
Let me tell you
She's
this.
always that.
She picked and
harsh?
chose. She picked and chose.
That was so harsh, and you're 17.
Let me get this. Black parents be hard on us, fam. We
that's
black
so
men
harsh,
in
though.
America,
Yeah.
so our parents are naturally harder on us because they like, yo.
They inflicted disappointment
yes,
to teach you.
Yes, they're like, yo, I have to motherfucking let you know nothing. Our parents went through life as nothing is free, nothing is easy, nothing is yours, nothing is this. So they want to teach you the same thing, even though, as time again evolve, I probably won't teach my son, hey, yeah, shit loosening up around here. shit loosening up around here, little nigga. I think equality is near. I'm not gonna teach my son that because I don't know. It's the old game that's been the game and they ain't never won it. So I'm gonna teach my son that, hey, little motherfucker, nothing is free, nothing is yours. They will do this, expect this. So your parents are just naturally hard on you. And as you grow up, you learn they don't mean wrong at all.
No.
There's nothing actually deeper going on half the
I
time.
was not sure if she was just gonna miss you.
No.
That was to teach a lesson because
it's just like, yo, I gotta do this. And even though it may not be necessarily 1,000% the right way or factual, they're trying to learn it. But they're like, I gotta teach you this or the world will.
Yeah, my mother was very she was very gung ho on me when I became more of an adult or an older man, of making sure that I understood like levels of respect, not just because of my mother, but just because that's how the world works. And then also understand that once you say something or you agree to something, you got to honor that contract. So if she told me to do something and I said I was going to do it by this time, her punishment could be light or heavy,
Your
depending.
mama is my mama.
I just said I think we did the same
That's
shit, G.
I think this is every black mama.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. It's black parenting.
It's like they didn't inflict. It wasn't even unfair, because now that I'm grown, I'm like, that shit was.
I needed that.
The lesson overall was respecting your word, right?
Respect your word.
Now I understand.
She wasn't mad because
more.
I didn't do it. She mad because we had an agreement before I left. And then I took that agreement and didn't honor it, or I was lackadaisical about.
Why you think all school shooters white, Chris? Why you think all school shooters white? Because we got this structure in place at least. Keep these niggas in line. And we stay in line somewhat. Even if society try to make motherfuckers think we crazy. We ain't crazy. We ain't this, we ain't that.
No.
Of course we have some crazy circumstances. But at the same time, black parents be motherfucking letting you know it is not gonna be easy.
You remember? You ain't never heard of? You heard of Boo Boo the Fool?
You don't know Boo Boo?
You never heard of Boo Boo the Fool?
That's a black saying, nigga.
Let's hear it. I don't know.
Welcome
I
to
don't
the
know.
barbecue.
Let's hear it.
Figuratively and literally.
All I know is every black parent don't look like him.
Not at all. I look like Boo Boo the Fool to you.
What? Tell me about it.
Or your little friends. Your little
Or
friends.
your little
One of
friends,
your little
nigga. One of your little
friends.
friends. Stop playing with me.
Okay.
Boo Boo the Fool.
Boo Boo the Fool is an imaginary character that your parents is telling you that they not, because you
They not.
obviously thought that you was.
So
So in your head,
you thought I was stupid, little
Yeah.
motherfucker. And they said to you, you've been like they asked you, okay, so I let you go out last night and you got back at 12 o'clock. I took you
Right.
back at 11. You like, no, I got
was
back
back at
at I was
12.
back at I was back at 11, mama. I promise I was. She like, do I like Boo Boo the Fool to you?
because Boo Boo the Fool, he
And
going.
then you instantly like,
He going
this
for
bitch
it.
is good.
Yeah.
He going for it.
She know Boo Boo the Fool. How
She
she
do.
know that nigga?
She do know him. That's how she know she not him.
Yeah, that's how she knows she not that nigga at all.
Because
So-
her mama asked her the same thing.
or one of your little friends. So if
Yeah,
it's like
do I
something
look
you
like one of
say,
your little friends?
say smart or something you like, you might say a joke. You know, you reach your age. Black parents don't let you play with them until you get to a certain age, and then even then, it depends on which parent. You know what I'm saying? Like if you reach the age of like I'm an adult, I'm a real adult. I'm taking care of all my shit. It took me to be taking care of all my shit in life. For my parents to be like, I guess we gotta respect this nigga
Nah, yeah.
as an adult.
No, I'm 30 and my mama still be like,
That's what. That's
Nah,
what,
me and my
that's what I'm
parents,
saying.
we got such a great.
We have a great relationship.
We got such a great
we're
relationship,
good.
but like,
We're good.
I'm grown now, so when we
We're
talk,
good. Yeah.
like when we talk, it's not. I'm not talking to or at my parents. We're just talking.
Yeah.
There's parental time. There's yes, mom, yes, dad, all of that. But when I'm describing the situation, so if my mother calls me and somebody cuts me off in traffic, motherfuckers is getting used. You know what I'm saying? Like I've earned that respect from my parents. Like, oh, he can cuss now. I remember when my brother graduated from college, my parents didn't get him a gift. You know why? My brother said, you know what? Fuck the gift. Let me smoke weed in your house. And my mom was like, damn. All right.
Nice.
Like, let's save some money real quick. Like, like my brother was his ingenuity on that was crazy because us sitting in the basement we grew up in, smoking a blunt and not getting in trouble was top 12 moments in my life.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm
See,
saying?
me doing this podcast was the smartest thing I ever did as far as me being able to at least not smoke. And I ain't blowing smoke in my mama's face. But she knows I smoke.
Oh.
So I'm like, she comes to visit me. She
Yeah.
stays with me. And she knows that she used to smoke weed back in the day.
They all used to
They
smoke
all
weed.
did. They be
Nigga,
fucking lying.
They was doing speed.
They
back
was
in the
doing
day.
drugs, nigga. If you really want to get into
They was
it,
going to the skate
our
rink.
parents was on bullshit. They
Big
was,
bullshit.
Yeah, and we not even on bullshit. So
Yeah.
nothing else is like, yo, get the fuck out my business because you was on bullshit.
It's like this a good example and a terrible example. It was like Bill Cosby versus the Cosby Show.
Yeah.
It's like the nigga was wilding.
Yeah.
And then when he got to a point where it's like kids was looking at him, he gonna be Cliff Huxtable. But nigga, you was Spanish.
wildin'.
You was Spanish flying
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. And as I said, half of parents' job is to make you think they're somebody they're not.
Right.
Half their job is to be like, let me show you who I want you to be because I ain't this. I'm a fucking lunatic, but let me show you because it takes you to a certain age where you start realizing, oh my parents was just people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Once you
that
realize
They
that
just are
blows your mind.
people that are trying to fucking make it in life the same way that I am, and it's tough on me. And these things made me go my way. Oh, my mama understand this thing now.
Yeah.
My dad, oh, this because you learned this thing from your dad. Oh, this thing is this way because mama, society told women they had to be this way.
Right.
Like, so it's just like that understanding of just human nature, and then also your parents have just been like, yo, you just a fucking person. It allows you to level so many things out
yeah.
where you're like, yo,
And the things
I
that
fuck with you even more.
Yeah.
You my friend now. I know you ain't my friend and shit because you was being my parent, and I
Yeah.
appreciate you for that.
now one of your
But
little
now-
friends.
Yeah, now I'm one of your little friends. Now I'm one of your little friends, motherfucker.
Now I'm one of your little
Now one of your
little
little.
friends.
I earned that. I
Stop
earned that.
fucking playing with me. I'm one of your little friends.
Hey, but to touch on that too, it's like you start realizing the shit that they said to you, it didn't make sense. I remember this really good like example, and I think about this shit all the time. When I was in high school, I'm like in 9th grade, and then I'm playing football, and the star running back at school, me and him, one of 5 black people in the school, but we got along. You know what I'm saying? Like when we was doing shit in football practice, when it was like, all right, freshmen do this. Like I always did my little task with respect. Mm-hmm. So, you know, he had a cool ass truck. He had a system. Mm-hmm. We lived kind of near each other. Mm-hmm. So it was a point in time where I stopped riding the bus and I was riding with friends home.
This is funny.
So
We're a lot alike.
yeah, my mother tells me on the day that this man, like, I'm getting clout up if I ride home from school with dog, like, because I went to an all boys school and we was right next door to an all girls school. So it was like, it was the stage. The parking lot was the stage after school. And you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, if I start riding with this nigga, I'm up. I don't even got to worry about like walking up to the dance, trying to ask girls for their number. I thought like I was in place. So my dad knew his dad. I tell them like, oh yeah, Ruben gonna give me a ride home. My mom was like, fuck no. I seen that kid drive. You're not riding with him. I'm like, damn, why would you hate on me like this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And I'm thinking I got all these uncles and cousins that drive like maniacs. We be in the car with them. What the fuck is the difference?
What they mean they ain't seen him drive? He out here in the streets like
Yeah.
that nigga seen him drive?
My mother seen him pull out of the Like she seen him leave games.
Okay.
It was like
so he was wild.
He was on the stage.
So he was wild.
Nah, he was just skirt out. His music be loud.
But nigga, he had to be wild because if
he
nigga,
wasn't.
I'm a nigga like you know
he wasn't safe about it. But I was ready to go for the ride because it's like,
of course,
you know, I'm a young kid trying to hang out with. I was hanging out with upperclassmen, so I'm thinking this is a, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting knighted, right? My mother stopped that and it said, your uncle loves you. So when I was like, my uncle drive like that, she's like, not with you in the car. And I remember just being so hot. And then I remember I had a friend die in a car accident, like in college, on the same type of tip where it was like somebody I know. It was like 3 people I know, and the person driving. Like, I didn't roll with him in college before, but I know that, you know, I only got one stop to go. I ain't riding on the freeway with you. And then it all came together that my parents knew what the fuck they was doing. I wouldn't let my kid ride in a car with a crazy fucking 16-year-old. But when I'm 14, I'm like, oh, nigga, fuck that. I'm trying to ride in a car.
Yeah. Of course.
But when you get older, you realize there's the shit that your parents said to you. They said it to you to lead you. Like, they know they not perfect. So my parents would cuss at shit to be just like imperfect with their lessons. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know that what they're delivering is for the betterment of me and my safety. But when you a kid, and a lot of kids just sneak out. Like, when I think about kids that sneak out the house, like, bitch, do you know what the fuck you doing? You sneaking out the house? You know how wild it is out here?
Yeah.
Wild.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you going, what you sneaking to go do?
Hey, you know,
to go cuddle with your other 15-year-old boyfriend?
But you know what? Also, you sound like we get old.
We get old, bro.
because I agree with you 1,000%. But then I'm also like, nigga, I was definitely trying to fuck bitches in the park when I was 15,
I already made it up.
16 years old. Meet me at the park. Bitch.
I definitely did.
Pull up.
Gee, listen. I definitely sat on a purple dinosaur slide and got, you know what I'm saying?
1,000%.
Got top for the first time.
You grow the fuck up. You grow the fuck up. But also in the same breath, as you look back, you like, man, kids are wild. Like, never underestimate kids.
I'm gonna just let.
There me parents that be like, nah, my boy would never. You be like, stop. Don't fucking think like that.
Yeah, that nigga's definitely.
Because nigga, I was a kid that would never. And I was on that shit.
I was on that. I was on
that time for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I remember when it was like a cigarette butt somewhere, and I know the homie had the homie smoked it, but I hit it twice because I'm in 7th grade. Niggas got Newports. It's 1997. Everybody smoking.
Sounds like me.
Yeah. So my mother not my mother, but somebody see the cigarette butt. They're like, don't nobody smoke Newports over here. Who's smoking Newports? Right? And I was thinking, she was like, Evan would never smoke a cigarette. So I was like, yeah, I wouldn't, but
yeah. I would.
Hey, keep pushing that narrative. Cause I'm over here hitting squares.
Nigga, I hit a square once outside of a Bible study place we used to go to. But like I had a square. I had a square once. I was like literally like 12 or 11.
Yeah, that's when you're the most mischievous.
And my sister was wild. She still is. So it was just like my sister would always be like like my auntie Briss and my sister were both kind of the people in the family who challenge you for no reason. Challenge the kids to do things they should not fucking do. This is not good parenting or good just elderly life or whatever. But my sister was like, she was the one, she's like 6 years older than me. So if I was 11 or 12, she was fucking 18. Right. Old enough to be like, no, little nigga, get the fuck out of here. And she said, hit that shit. She said, hit that shit for sure.
Hey, that reminds me of the time I smoked a joint with my homie's older brother, and we rolled it, right? Tell me why I put scotch tape on that bitch because I didn't roll it correctly, and I connected it. And I remember hitting that joint and getting that glue on my lips, G. And then my homie's older brother was like, "Nah, hit it again." He was like, "Nah, hit it again." So I'm smoking glue and weed. Blow.
Oh man.
Blow.
Oh man.
It was. I mean, motherfucker, sniff glue was the same type of shit.
Gosh,
I feel like you was there for sure.
Oh, I was there. I went back in the skating rink like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
You thought it was just weed, though. You probably didn't understand.
It was weed.
I'm saying, but did you understand it like the
I
sky
didn't know because I put the tape
you
on
wouldn't.
it.
You wouldn't. So I'm saying you probably thought like this weed
Crazy. Yeah,
and
for
I was
sure.
like, no, nigga, that tape is hitting you as well. So
Yeah, you smoking glue, my guy.
like DMX had an album dropped this past week. Do you think it's like, when is it ever okay or not okay to drop an album with someone after they passed, right? Because they never officially okayed the album, right? So there's just recordings that they've had or different things they've had, and then who's really profiting from it? It becomes the question: is it your estate? Is it your children? Is it the label? Is it somebody that produced it? Like, I'm just asking all these different questions.
It's like this. You know, a lot of artists are in just kind of wild deals, even where the language in their deal says that they can release after death albums on you.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's in the
you guys,
contract.
So yeah, to give context as well, like Chuck and you guys have been independent the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time. Yeah. So like,
yeah, but it's been shit where I've gotten to the end of a contract that because now I can read over them. Like I'm not a paralegal, but like I can actually look at my own shit and know that, all right, I'm gonna circle this, and I'll send it to my man.
So you realize your own shit.
As an artist,
Yeah.
do you like the idea of stuff that you're recording right now, like for your next project? Let's say, you know, the barbecue goes crazy today, you die in a fire. Are you?
What
Right.
the fuck is this podcast?
I get what he's saying.
But how do you
I'm-
feel about your stuff you've
So
recorded
right
being
now-
released?
Right now, it's like what I'm starting to set up as things start to become or take more fruition for me, right? Where like money is actually
It's wood
steady.
under here.
I'm going to
Like on wood.
yeah, I'm good.
No-
I'm
no
good.
barbecue.
We're good. I'm not good. If I might lose my eyebrows. That's about it. It's like I want to set up a trust and an estate that anything I create can take care of whatever family is left after I'm gone. Won't have to worry about bills or any sort of thing that comes along with, you know, even my crossover or an untimely passing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in DMX's case, it's just knowing that I don't think he was prepared for that. I don't
Right.
think that anybody was. I think that those old 90s deals were so fucking lopsided that, you know, they were talking about DMX might have been worth 62,000 liquid when he passed. So you take that into account and be like, yeah, it might not sound cool to us, but he's got kids. And
He got hella kids.
yeah, and this first week can start, because the thing about music is it's mailbox money if you own it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I've had the luxury and blessings to be able to live off stuff I've done from 2008 to now, where, you know, I just wake up and I got enough money to pay rent. I got enough money to go to the grocery store. You know what I mean? I might not have car payment money, but survival.
You gonna say Erewhon? I was gonna say good
Nah,
callback, nigga.
nah. The Airwan money is like, I gotta come up for that. I gotta hit a lick. Like when I did that movie, that movie check went to Airwan. Like,
It was nice.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just feel like it's depending on what the situation of that artist was. I think in like a Nipsey's case, because I know that as much as I want to hear a new Nipsey album, it's just like I could feel why I might not never. You know what I mean? Like,
on a pure art level, like, would you feel like, shit, that's unfinished? Like, that's not what
I'm gone.
Like, let it go. Or are you like, well, I've contributed to it, now you do what you can do.
I think at that point I could call something out, but I want the people around me to be more comfortable, because wherever I'm at, I'm not feeling that. I'm not there.
So they would be. So you would rather it be like.
I'd rather you put out everything I did, and like just let the world hear it.
And
like,
even like freestyles you threw out in the studio
Whatever.
that were infinite.
because if it can connect to people and keep whatever I built alive, or
Could be sampled. It could be this. It could
yeah,
keep legacy.
as long as
going.
it's like
Yeah.
as long as it's not being exploited,
But yeah, that becomes the question and becomes the toughness of like, well, when are you being exploited? When is something being exploited? Who really has the better judgment? Who really owns? I mean, for you, you're blessed again, like you said, to do this thing and to own your masters and do all that type of shit. Because then, who owns your masters? What they doing with it? Blah 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 blah. We don't use this sample for this thing. I don't stand with that group, so now I might need money, so I might okay this sample just because shit. Fuck it, the KKK dropping a new album, but fuck it. And the sample is gonna keep the sample gonna keep some bread in my pocket, so I guess I gotta say okay to it. Like those become the, you know what I'm saying, the questions and shit. But no, I'm with you. I just was asking the question of like, is it ever okay? Like, you know, with Tupac, his estate has made so much more from him being dead than him being alive. So you know, it just becomes the question of like, is it okay? When is it okay? Is it ever okay? When is it exploiting the motherfucker? I don't think necessarily in this case. I think Swiss, number one, is a person that we can trust somewhat.
Yeah, that was his guy.
That's his guy.
Yeah.
That was his actual guy. So we can trust that. And I think they were already working on an album. So it wasn't like, oh, we gonna just take some old shit you did from 20 years ago and make an album and make some bread off of it. Right. It was like, no, you were actually working on an album since, you know, your release, since your rehab, since this, since that. It really is so unfortunate DMX has passed away. It really is crazy.
Well, so he was planning on a new album.
Yeah, he was.
Like comeback.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, man, it's just wild watching people that you grew up with as children, or like as a young age, them get to an age where like their health is fragile.
Niggas.
Because at the same time, it's like DMX is 50.
Niggas retiring from the NBA.
Huh?
Niggas are retiring from the NBA.
Yeah,
right
dude,
now
look.
that you watch for real.
For real. Yeah, like for real. Like
Full careers.
Full careers. Like Sean, when I think about Steve Nash, I watched the whole thing.
The whole thing.
And now he's a coach.
From the draft to the nigga.
And I watched Steve Kerr win all his championships.
You know what's funny? I said this recently. I said, I remember growing up as a kid, and I would watch like maybe a Knicks game with my dad, and he'd be like, yeah, that's Clyde Frazier right there. He doing the commentating now, you know. I'm like, who the fuck is that nigga? He's like he used to be a really good player. Right. The nigga on the screen with this weak ass suit on, I couldn't imagine him. I couldn't imagine him.
I think about a whole generation of people just know Charles Barkley and Shaq as commentators.
I couldn't even imagine him as a player. So then now that I watch, Shaq was my favorite player.
I love Shaq.
I was obsessed with Shaq. The fact that Shaq, it's just, Chuck, you don't understand. You've never won a championship, Chuck. You've never won a championship, Chuck. You wouldn't get it.
This is a very good Shaq.
Yeah. like for me, like as a Shaq fan, like in watching those players, now that we're getting more and more, Steve Nash is a coach. As we continue to get further and further, we will look up and Dwayne fucking Wade works for TNT now. He's a goddamn commentator.
He's actually a game show host right now.
He is a game show host as well. The Cube.
Dog.
They sponsored this episode.
Dog.
The Cube. Shout out to the Cube for sponsoring this episode.
LeBron is in Space Jam.
Space Jam 2 is coming. LeBron will definitely be dropping some shit that we like, damn. LeBron gonna be different though. LeBron gonna be like, it's gonna be like, damn, who you think gonna get to the Mars quicker, Elon or LeBron? When he retire, he gonna do some shit that we gonna be like, damn, LeBron really is showing niggas that he can do more than just be a basketball player.
I think you're right. I think
LeBron definitely
he's going to the moon.
He's going Mars. He's going to triple whatever Magic Johnson did. So that means Magic Johnson had Starbucks.
17,000 movie theaters. As far as niggas was concerned.
Yeah. He had a TGI Fridays.
He did. In every
he had
hood.
A record label.
What was that? Oh, the one he did with Michael Jackson too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a record label.
You think he had
a late night show. Remember that?
Did. Oh, it's the Magic Show. It was so bad.
I forgot that.
It was so bad. And Sheila E. did the drums. Yeah. It was so bad, nigga. I remember it like it was yesterday.
I remember
Magic Johnson did everything.
Yeah,
and could barely speak.
Yeah, he couldn't. And he was doing commentating.
Nigga, he had it all secured.
He was mumbled. He was
For
mumbling.
sure, Migos it up.
Yeah.
The nigga was killing it. Did we do it? I'm high. I'm everything.
I gotta pee.
I gotta pee too. And that was another
I
goal.
think that means this is a show. We gotta fucking pee.
We did it. Hey, shout out to my dog. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
the show.
man.
Let's get this fucking cooking going. Get these people fed.
Yeah.
Get myself fed. Get us fed. And let's have a good time,
Yeah,
nigga.
Thank you for your hospitality.
No,
my
thank
brother.
you for coming on the show. For Chuck English, for Courtney, for Chris Reinacher. I am Rob Deerdick. This is ridiculousness.
Zip it up
and zip it out. Boy.